Welcome back. The candidates for Caddo Parish Sheriff update us on their campaigns as voters get ready to cast a ballot for a second time. This is in Northwest Louisiana, and we begin with candidate Henry Whitehorn.
I think the campaign is going great. A lot of excitement throughout the community, throughout the parish.
Henry Whitehorn remains energized.
I wish the election was tomorrow.
In a little over 6 weeks, Caddo Parish voters will again cast a vote to determine the next sheriff. Whitehorn says the November election results and the legal battles that followed prove an undeniable fact.
This race has been kind of a lightning rod to help folks understand. Those that say my vote doesn't matter, it does matter.
From the more than 43,000 ballots cast, one vote separated Whitehorn from his opponent, John Nicholson. It's a result Whitehorn doesn't think will happen again due to his get-out-the-vote message.
I think people got that now. And so we're going to see more people at the polls. I'm not going to win by one vote this time. I wish I could. I really do. But I think it's going to be thousands.
In the weeks since the new election was ordered by a district judge, Whitehorn has been touting his decades of law enforcement experience as the reason he should become sheriff.
I am the most qualified candidate. This is not about Henry Whitehorn. This is about who is the most qualified candidate to be the chief law enforcement officer for Caddo Parish. And that qualification is there.
If elected, Whitehorn says he'll take stock before taking action.
Evaluate the sheriff's resources and the process and see what we have in place, make some decisions, call in the staff that's there, figure out, who's on first, what's on second, look at your whole operation.
Whitehorn says the new election has galvanized he and his team.
I'm not bitter because I won the race. Gonna do it again on March 23rd. I'm kind of excited now. I got folks motivated and folks are coming out.
All right, we'll see how it turns out. His opponent, John Nicholson, is also rallying voter support with the hopes of having a large voter turnout on March 23rd. Take a look.
This really is, Dan, the most important election in a generation in Caddo Parish.
John Nicholson is not understating the importance of the March 23rd election.
In terms of which elected official has an impact on day-to-day life and public safety in Caddo Parish, the sheriff is it.
He's been working around the clock to motivate voters in the week since a new sheriff's election was ordered by a district judge after one vote of the more than 43,000 cast in November separated Nicholson from his opponent, Henry Whitehorn.
Every vote mattered in this race. Had a few dozen more people voted last November, there would have been an outcome that would have resolved the contest, and that wasn't the case. So yes, my message now and for all time is it's not enough just to support your candidate. You've got to actually go push the button and vote on Election Day.
Nicholson says his work as an attorney and a city councilman has given him a comprehensive understanding of the criminal justice system.
It prepares me in an ideal way to engage in the policy decisions that the sheriff has got to make. No sheriff walks the streets. He's not a patrol deputy. He's setting policy at a high level. He's managing a budget of almost $70 million. And those are things that I am very well prepared to do.
If elected, Nicholson says he's ready to address key positions within the sheriff's office.
Building the right team is so critically important. Sheriff Prater has had a very strong team in place during his tenure, but some of those individuals, including the chief criminal deputy, are retiring. So I will continue conversations that I'm having even now about candidates to fill those positions.
And as Election Day draws near, Nicholson says he doesn't want voter complacency to decide this election.
It really does nobody any good for important decisions to be made by a small number of voters, right? It is in everybody's interest, and it's in the interest of the democratic process for people to get out and vote to support their candidate.
And that was Dan Jovic from KTAL in Shreveport. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill continue to look for common ground on funding for Ukraine and Israel. That's next.